Okay, so on this one, we're going to find the percent of a number. Okay, percent of a number. In order to do that, there's two different ways I can do it. I can set it up as a proportion, like they're showing me off to the side here, or I can multiply. I'm going to show you the method of multiplying. Okay, so if you decide you want to do it like this, great. If not, you can just X it out. Okay, I'm going to just X mine out for right now because I'm going to show you the multiplication way. Okay, so the first thing is it says find the percent of each number. So I look at my percentage, and in order to find my percentage, I'm going to turn it into my decimal. So you know how to do that. Okay, you're going to start at the back, do 2 jumps, and you end up with 0.30. And then I'm going to take that percentage and times it by 50. And you can use the X as your multiplication because we're not using any variables, or you can do it with the dot, either one. Okay, now once I have this all set up, I'm going to multiply just like I have been doing all year. It's just normal multiplication. So I'm going to say 0 times 0, and I could go along and go 0 times 0, 0 times 3, 0 times 0, but I know that's not necessary, so I'm going to have my 1 0 here to get over to my 5, so I can start multiplying. So 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 3 is 15, okay? And notice I'm going to have 2 jumps here, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this equals 15.
Miss Pierce, you didn't record it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's recording right now.
Okay, so I have 15. Now, for some people, they might think, oh, they said find the percent of the number, so I need to add a percentage sign. No. And here's why. This is what I want you to think about. Let's say they asked Mrs. Tooze to bring 30% of the cookies. And they would say we're having a potluck or something. And they said, could you bring 30% of the cookies? And we need 50 total cookies. And so I would say, okay, well, 30% of 50 is 15 cookies. So sure, yeah, I could bring 15 cookies. In fact, I would normally say, yeah, I could bring more than that, right? So when I got done here, my answer is 15 of whatever they were wanting from the original number. That's why it does not have a percent. So you have to keep that in your head, that when I get done, I'm finding 30% of this number. I'm not finding, it's not going to end up as a percent because it's 30% of this original 50 of whatevers they have. Okay? Okay, so now we have 30% of 8. In 1 second. It looks like my formatting has gone weird. Okay, so now we have 30% of 8. Okay? So who can tell me what am I going to start out by doing? Go ahead.
You're going to turn it into
The percent into a decimal?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So start here, and what should I do?
You do the jumps.
2 jumps to the left.
And that would become 0.30.
0.30.
And then you would times it by the other number.
Okay, so she's exactly right. I'm going to have 0.30 times 8. Okay? All right, why don't you go ahead and do your math while I'm doing mine on the board, and then we'll check it. Okay, so when you were done multiplying, did you remember to do your jumps to get to your decimal?
Yes.
And then on your answer, you did the 2 jumps to place it, and you should have equaled 2.4. Okay? So 30% of 8 is 2.4. Okay? Now let's go over to 47% of 300. what should I do first when I'm solving this one?
You should make it. You should do your jumps and make it a decimal.
Okay, so take my percentage and turn it into a decimal. So 2 jumps to the left. And that equals 0.47 times 300.
Do we always have to use the dot for the time?
You could use the dot or the times, it's up to you. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do my multiplication and my jumps while you do your multiplication and your jumps. Okay, so you should be done by now. And notice how I did my multiplication, and then I did my 2 jumps to get to my decimal, and then I put those 2 jumps into my answer, and it equaled 141. Now, when I get done, I should always look back and see if my answer is reasonable. Would 47% of 300, would it be reasonable to say that it's 141? Yeah, that definitely is reasonable, because half of it would be 150, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so always look back and say, is my answer reasonable? Okay, on this one, we're still going to move our decimal. Sometimes it messes people up because there's already a decimal there. And they're like, do I still do 2 jumps? Nod your head. Yes, I'm still going to do 2 jumps. So I'm going to start here and do 1. I'm going to have to add a 0 to get over there. And I have 0.045. Okay, and I'm going to times it by 200. So I'm going to still follow the same procedures every time. I'm going to do my 2 jumps to the left and do my timesing. Okay, you go ahead and do your multiplying while I'm doing mine, and don't forget all of your jumps. Okay, so you finished up this one. Notice when I got done, I had 3 jumps to the left, and I did 3 jumps in my answer, and it ended up as 9. So good job on that one. As I came around, it looked like everybody had that.
Yeah.
Yes?
If we did it 0.45, I still got the same answer.
You mean 0.045 without the 0 in the front?
No, without the 0 in the front. Yeah.
I will have to come look at yours because you definitely have to move it 2 places in order to get the right
But
answer.
I erased it. Because there's only 2 zeros and I moved it over twice. And at the bottom, with 3 zeros, there's only 2, so you move it over, it would be 90.
Okay, I'll have to look at yours. Okay, this one is the correct answer though. Okay, example 2. Frank's Sports Store has a 20% off sale on all of its merchandise. How much is the discount on a baseball glove that originally cost $25? So let's underline some important information here. First of all, they're having a 20% off sale. That's pretty good. And they want to know how much is the discount. So what is going to be the discount if it's 20% off? And it's originally cost $25. Any ideas on how I'm going to set this up based on what I've already been doing? What do you think?
0.20.
So pause. You're saying 0.20 because you changed this percentage into a decimal?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. 0.20. I love it.
Times 25.
Times 25. I agree. This is correct. So go ahead and do your math. Let's solve this to find out how much the discount is. Okay, so if you'll notice, I had originally wrote it down like this, but I saw that there was this 0 here. So I knew if I flip-flopped them that it would save me some multiplying room. So I went ahead and I flip-flopped those. Because remember, when I multiply, I can change those factors out and I'm going to get the same answer. Now, I want you to notice I did my 2 jumps and I ended up with 5. But since this is a story problem, am I done?
No.
No, what do I have to add?
Dollar sign.
The dollar sign. So how much was the discount?
The discount $5.
$5. Okay, now another thing I want to point out to you is a lot of times they will ask you, how much does the glove cost now? If they would have said to me, how much does the glove cost instead of how much is the discount, what would I have had to have done?
Right, how much it costs?
Yeah, and how would I figure that out?
So you would take $5 as the answer, and then you would okay, so
Yeah, you're right over there.
it costs
I would have to subtract it from the,
Original cost.
original answer.
right, and the original answer was $25. So if I wanted to find out how much the glove costs now, I'd go $25 minus my discount of $5, and the glove would now cost
$5.
$20.
Oh.
Okay? And so that's how I figure out how much something really costs. The other thing I want to point out to you is this lesson I use in my daily life, I would say probably every day. Let's say, for instance, I go to the store and they are saying it's 10% off of this brand, or it's going to be a sale that's a 15% off, or I have to figure out how much the tip is, or I have to figure out how much my tax is. I use this all the time. You're finding percentages of numbers on almost a daily basis. Yes?
Do you just like do it mental math, or do you actually like grab a piece of paper and write down?
Sometimes I actually pull out my, on my phone, I flip it up and use the calculator, like if I'm in the store, to be like, is that a good deal? Some of them I can kind of do in my head. Like, for instance, if it was 47% of something, then I could figure that up in my head, because that one's pretty easy. I might even round it. Yeah. Yes?
For example, me and my mom were in Anchorage, and there was this shop that was having like everything goes. They were selling shoes, like Converse for like $3 a piece.
Wow. So that must have been a very big discount, like 90% off or something?
90% off. And it was like, the shoe brands were legit too. Like usually Converses are really expensive.
Yeah.
But I got them for around $15.
Yeah.
That's a really
So that's a really good deal. So as you'll notice, the higher the percentage goes up, the better your deal is going to be, right? But it could also work against you. Let's say you had to pay 90% of the bill. That's still going to be a lot of the bill, right? Okay. Let's move on to our check it out. Okay, so you're going to notice on each of your check it outs, the first two, very simple, right? But I feel like on number 3, some people are getting stuck. So at Wynn's Discount Store, there's a 33% off sale, so underline that. And then it says how much is the discount if it originally cost $48.95. This is just like the baseball glove. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Now, you'll see here it's 33%, so I'm going to do my 2 jumps, and I have 0.33, right? I'm going to have to times that by $48.95. So I'm going to have 48.95 times 0.33. And remember that when we multiply, we line up our digits, not our decimals. It happened to work out that they're lined up this time, but it doesn't always work out like that. Okay? I'm going to have to do my multiplication for 2 different rows. And so far, I've had a lot of zeros, so I've only had to do 1 row. So it is going to take a little bit longer to do your multiplication. Okay? So you go ahead and do your multiplication while I'm doing mine up here. No, you may not. Go the long way. Okay, so I'm done multiplying, and it's time to do my jumps. Here's where I find that most people don't follow procedure. This is where I've seen some people be stuck today. So notice on this first number, I have 2 jumps to get to my decimal. And then I have 2 more on my second one. And remember I have to add them together, so that's 4 jumps total. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have 16.1535, correct?
Yes.
They want to know how much is the discount, which is in money. How many decimal places do I have for money?
2.
2. So I'm going to have to stop at these 2, and I'm going to have to use the other numbers to round it. Okay? So this 3 will tell my 5 to
Round down.